Welcome back to the channel, everybody. This is Todd, Southern Sipper. We're going to go a bit off the beaten path again tonight. And I'm late getting this done, but man, I was busy all weekend. Instead of doing reviews, we went down. I put a short up on YouTube down to the pole vaulting event downtown. That was a lot of fun. So here it is, Monday. Normally I try to do these things over the weekend, but I'm considering changing that schedule. You know, the problem is, you know, when I do a beer review, that's a 10-minute affair. You drink a beer, you're done. When I'm doing these Delta 8 things, man, it just hits me like a truck, you know. And then I'm kind of stranded in the house. I can't really, well, I could, but I don't really want to get out and do a whole lot else. So I really have to schedule an entire evening around them. And then during the week, if I do one, you know, if things go awry, I mean, I still got to get up the next morning and go to work. And now, granted, you know, from what little experience I have with it, the hangover's not bad, but I'm a little foggy. And, you know, I don't need that. I got a lot to do, especially tomorrow. But anyway, what we have today is, you know, I don't know how it's going to look. It's Delta Force Fruit Punch Delta 8 Nano. Now, this is, there's 420 milligrams of Delta 8 in this container. And it says on the thing, 8 servings. It's 8 ounces. I did the math. 52.5 milligrams an ounce. You know what? Not doing it. I did that, and I'm not falling for it. Now, I may be old and I may be out of the loop, but it's not wasted on me that conveniently it's 420 or 420 on there. I kind of get that. Now, admittedly, several years ago, where it worked on this big construction site, I kept seeing it all over, you know, in the damn porta potties and all that bit. 420, it's 420 time. And I finally had to ask one of the younger guys, hey man, what the hell is this 420 I keep seeing? And man, they laughed. They explained it. But, you know, so now I know. But anyway, here's the drill. I did a bunch of complex mathing, and I came up with 6 milliliters of yon 420 Delta 8 Nano from Delta Force Labs. 6 milliliters is about 10.5 milligrams. So, guess what? If any of you that have ever had sick pets or children know what it, you know, how this is how you get medicine in them. There it is. That's 6 milliliters. I just really am starting to question my decision making as a responsible adult with this stuff. Now that's pretty, but we got to mix all this in, and I got to drink the whole damn thing. So what I got here is, this is the base of one of my wife and I's favorite cocktails. I don't really know the name of it. I've called it Rosewater Ricky. It's not a Rosewater Ricky. It's essentially, oh, this shirt's killing me, equal parts lemon juice and lime juice, and rosemary infused simple syrup, and then you would pitch in like 1.5 ounces or something of gin. It's really tasty. But guess what? And then some elderflower liqueur on the top, because, you know, we're bougie. But you know what? That's pretty good.
Can I get the piece of grass out of
Yeah,
it?
that's not grass, that's rosemary.
Oh.
From the infused. This is all so stupid. Well, don't chug it. You're going to wind up in trouble.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, this is going to, see, this is just trouble. I mean, it's trouble all day. You going to let me have that back?
I'm not chugging. You can't even tell I drank any
I
out
know,
of
I'm
it.
kidding you.
That's good.
Yeah, but see, that's the whole issue. You could put like, you
Oh,
can put,
man.
yeah, man, you can put 25 milligrams in here and still just,
Let me have one more drink.
Okay.
Just a sip. Let me show y'all. Y'all see it's right here. Let's look. Right at the tab, the bottom of the B. See? I barely got any.
Yep. Okay.
Okay, I'm
So,
gonna let you have it.
man, that's good.
You gonna stay with Daddy?
This is a problem. So, but here's the thing now. For me, and because I'm such a freaking flyweight, that little container right there, I can make a bunch of these. And that's part of what I'm doing here, is I'm trying to learn how to dose myself. I know 20 is it. And I don't really mean to say 20 is it. I did 20 milligrams, and everything was cool, but I really don't think I'd want to do much more than that. I mean, I was pretty well out, not like with the 50, but pretty well out. I really wanted to do 15, but I'm so freaking gun shy that I'm going to do this. This is about 10 and a half. Now, granted, it's probably 9 and a half now, but But back in the before 4 time, the drinking age was 19 here, and guess what? I was 19. So it turned to 21 before I turned 21. But they were kind enough to grandfather all of us in that were already 19. So no interruptions in service. So given that tasty tidbit of info, I've had 41 friggin' years to learn how to legally dose myself with alcohol. 41 years. I don't even know. This is probably my 4th, maybe, cannabis product review. And 100% of my cannabis consumption has been documented on this channel. So everybody gets to ride along and watch the old idiot learn how to frickin' drink all over again. And I really like these ways to make little beverages, because one of my wife's and my favorite things is to sit outside and have cocktails, while we're cooking on the grill and all that. And it's that ritual. It gives you something to sip on and while you're chit-chatting, and going over the events of the day and all that kind of stuff. And I've got a lot of friends, and they'll come over and we'll have cocktails. It's fun. I got nothing against edibles at all. It's just that's just not gonna be my thing, to just chew up an edible and then kind of wait it out. This is just kind of more my gig. But this is really good. It's rather pretty. Now, we'll see how I do after this 10 milligrams. It's about 10 and a half. I'll probably come back out and chit chat with y'all for 5 minutes or something after this is done. And then next time I'm definitely going to get it bumped up to 15. I've been wanting to get it bumped to 15 now. Couldn't do it last week with the Delta 8 grape. But now I have, this is damn near an infinite supply. Oh, and also, I've misinformed everybody about the Delta 9 issue here. I can get Delta 9 in Alabama. I looked up that article I read. It was a legit article from I don't know when, I didn't bother with the date, but since that it's changed, and the place that I got this had some Delta 9 stuff, which I have. So that's coming up on the channel. I'm really interested to see, you know, the difference between the two. The 6 milligrams of Delta 9 that I had in that, it was the Crescent 9 seltzer. That was a super light little buzz going on. So, you know, I like to bump that up a little bit and compare the two, and you know, see where we are. But if I can find a reliable way and learn my way through all this, you know, I do plan on making a transition, some of my alcohol consumption down to this, because I don't know, I need to look up how it's made and all that kind of stuff, but it's much easier on your system. And it's certainly, you know, if you overdo it, it's a whole lot easier on that head the next day, because man, when you're wearing, if you wear a bunch of cheap gin on your head all day the next day, that's just miserable. Yeah, that's really tasty. If y'all are interested in exactly how I make that, if you want to try to do something like that yourself, just throw me a comment down there, and I will happily do a video and mix up some more, because I'm going to do that anyway. This does come in more than just this fruit punch flavor, but for me, I have to put so little in there, I just don't think it changes the flavor much at all. There's a mango. That's what I really wanted, but I didn't have any. This was the last one they had at the dispensary I went to. I feel like I'm rushing this down because I'm at like 12 minutes, you know, and I still need to do a little bit more. If I can get this dosing situation learned, you know, this is kind of certainly where the world's going. I mean, man, it's just, I had no idea, you know, how popular all this was until I, you know, started trying it. You know, I know this isn't typical consumption, because I mean, I'm sitting here trying to go through this to get the glass empty, and then pause this video. You know, normally I'd probably have fewer milligrams in here, and then I'd nurse this thing along for, you know, half an hour, you know, and then mix up another one and do that again for another half an hour, you know, that kind of thing. But let's I tell you what, this thing I've got, you know, just enough to cover the ice left. So I'm going to pause this and come back. See you shortly. Okay, we're back after about an hour, and I feel like I'm starting to get the hang of this stuff. So, you know, that was something right at 10 milligrams. I've done 8 and 20. You know, I really do want to get to 15, but what I've learned tonight is with 20 milligrams, it continued building well after that first hour. It probably built for another half an hour, maybe 45 minutes before it leveled out. And when, geez, mosquitoes. And when it did level out, you know, that was just, I was right on the edge of it being a bit much. This 10 milligrams is just pretty good. I'd be lying if I told you otherwise. This is a pretty decent number, let's just say, for Monday night or Tuesday night if I, you know, wanted to get a little something going on. But it's leveled out at right out of, I mean, it quit leveling out. That's the wrong term. See, already rambling. It quit building after about 45 minutes. And I think I'm about where I'm going to get, and this is just about right, you know, if I'm just looking for you know, just to get my head right after work one evening. I kind of rather dig it, but we'll see how things progress. I'm going to do 15 here in the very near future. I hope to get that done this coming weekend, and we'll see where we are then. And I've got the stuff to do it now, so that's cool. But you know, this whole thing is so new to me. You know, my old ass is just starting over again. It's just crazy. But you know, I want to thank everybody for coming along for the ride while I, you know, learn how to navigate this field. But good grief, you know, I knew I was only coming out for a minute, so I didn't break out any bug spray or anything. And oh my Lord, you know, it's been raining every day, and hell, I'm in the South. You know, it just happens. But now you kind of got off subject. That's one thing that just kills me about this stuff, is it really does affect my ability to focus on anything in particular. It's just crazy. But I'm just going to wrap this one up. I feel like I've chit-chatted enough. You know, and I was late getting this one out, so I do need to edit it down and try to get it either, you know, up tonight, which is Monday night, or at least in the morning. You know, because I'm trying to keep a schedule, one of these a week and a beer review a week. I just got to figure out, you know, what the best days might be. Because, you know, I mentioned earlier that, you know, doing these cannabis reviews, you know, they kind of tie up the whole evening, because I may or may not get a little bit too high, you know. Drink one beer, so what? No big deal. They're easy, and God knows I'm well familiar with that stuff. But we'll see how it goes. I'm going to experiment a little bit, so y'all be patient. I'll get one out a week. Just might not be always on the same day for a little while. But I'm going to wrap this one up. So please like and subscribe. Leave a comment. And as always, enjoy your adult beverages responsibly.